a few days of proper dinners, proper beds, lounging around on the beach. I've left Gothenburg behind me and I'm heading out into the wilderness again. My sort of hard destination, I guess, is Vetlanda and Louise's dad's cottage, which is just a little bit southeast of Vetlanda. So I've got a few days to get there. I'll try and be there by Midsummer's Eve. So I'm not in a massive rush. I've just stopped at this rather lovely ruined church for some lunch, and then I'll carry on and see how many miles I can get done today. I haven't got any hard and fast plan beyond that. There are no campsites or anything like that, so it's just a case of finding shelters or pleasant little pitches in the forest or whatever. So yeah, I've eaten about as many dried apricots as I can manage in one sitting, so time to get back on the saddle and yeah, give the legs a bit of punishment. Day is quite as I planned. I'm in the forest a little south of the town of Alingsås. I took a gamble. I followed a road that could have given me 10 miles of lovely forest access road and cut off a few miles of main road. What it actually did was give me about 9.5 miles of lovely forest access road, and then ended in a farmyard with no possible way to go on. So I've turned back. I'm nearly back to the main road. So I've done, I don't know, 10 miles I didn't have to do. But I found this fantastically lovely little meadow in which to camp for the evening. Quite a nice view behind me, you see. And I've pitched my tent. And I'm calling it a day. I'm gonna get an early night and an early start, I think, and try and make up some miles, hopefully get to somewhere near Jönköping tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's been a lovely day's ride. Just didn't quite end up where I thought I'd end up. And the midges are starting to come out now. So I'm gonna cook some dinner and get myself to bed. Night night. Well, I suppose the term early start is relative. It's 10:15 and I'm packed up and finally getting on the road, leaving this very lovely spot behind me. I just need to find somewhere to fill my water up and I can properly get on the road and hopefully make up for yesterday's little error. It's cost me a few kilometres, but it's nothing serious. I'll make it up in no time. With determination and legs like mine, anything is possible. Here we go. Let the record show that on this day, on the banks of this beautiful lake, we say goodbye to a dear friend and a trusted and valued member of our expedition. My good old Bush and Muller e-work has finally gone to a better place. It seems like a very long time ago that Andy Hoskins and I crouched in his workshop back in Blighty and performed the first incredibly hacky yet ultimately very successful fix on this with a leather man and a lot of sticky tape. I knew it couldn't last forever. I'm pleasantly surprised it lasted as long as it did. But for now, goodbye, old friend. You will be missed. What this means, of course, is that I'm going to be a little bit more strapped for power over the coming days than I had expected. But actually, in recent weeks, I've got a much better idea of how much I actually use, and I don't think it's any kind of a crisis really. I've got my big battery backup, and I've got my solar panel, and as long as the sun keeps shining, I think that'll be enough. So it's all good. I'm just going to carry on and enjoy this unbelievably beautiful forest road that I seem to have been following all morning. It is just some of the best riding probably that I've done since I left. So I am a happy bloody cyclist, I tell you. What's actually more pressing than my lack of power is my lack of water. I was hoping I'd be able to fill up from one of the many little lakes around here, but it turns out that lots of Swedish lakes, especially the small ones, don't really have an edge. They just kind of gradiate through different levels of swamp until you get to the water. And I'm cool to drink lake water. I mean, I've got a filtery thing, but I'm not really cool to drink swamp water or to get wet feet or to become infested with leeches. So I need to find a lake with a bank where I can fill up my water bottles. Well, I need some help with a nature ID here. I just came over that rise at the top, and I don't know, maybe it's the lake water kicking in with its psychedelic effects, but I swear to God, there was an ostrich in the road down here. There aren't ostriches in Sweden. It wasn't an ostrich. It wasn't as big as an ostrich, but it was that shape of bird, and it ran out of the road. It didn't fly. I know there are cranes and storks and herons, but it wasn't those as far as I could see. It looked like an ostrich or an emu, and it ran off. Bloody mosquitoes. It ran off into that weird swampland over there. When I only caught a glimpse of it, Swedish ostriches? Somebody look it up and let me know, will you? Because I might be losing it. Crisis over. I found a lake which I can actually get to, so time to break out the old pump and fill up the old tanks. I did 70 miles today, and that not only makes up for my little dalliance with a dead end yesterday evening, but it was also some of the best riding I've done in a long time. Probably the best I've done on this trip. It was just an endless procession of thick pine forests, flowering hay meadows, beautiful lakes, hillsides scattered with mossy boulders and big troll stones, and it was truly beautiful. The sun shone all day, and I could have done another 70 miles to be honest, except I'm starving hungry, and it's actually starting to get a little long in the shadows. So I have found this spot here amongst said mossy boulders and beautiful pine trees, and pitched the tent for the night. It's kind of mosquito-y, but everywhere is around here it seems. So yeah, at this rate, I'm aiming for Louise's dad's cottage just the other side of Vetlanda, and if I carry on this, I'm gonna beat them there by probably a day. That's no bad thing. yeah, dinner time now and early start in the morning. As I always say,